YouTube, what is up? It's Saturday, was it the 23rd of March? I have to get ready for the UTV World Champs. I've been so freaking busy, and today is like my day. I can work on my rig. I'm excited to just get in there and do a little maintenance, a little upgrade on her. Some of the axles, I think we're kind of done. They're getting, I mean, none of them broke, but a couple of them were loose and a couple of them were tight. But I've got a few upgrades, and I'm excited to have a fun day in the shop finally with the Rzr. Super stoked for UTV World Champs. Let's take a look at what we got going on. We got some upgrades. Coming. Oh yeah. So we'll go over kind of what we're doing. I've got one more kind of surprise or later this week upgrade that I'm waiting on. I'm really stoked on too. But let's start with Cognito. So I had one bent front arm, and I decided I just wanted to beef it up. So I was thinking about all the things that could make me faster in the race, and I was being kind of careful because I didn't want to bend the stock arm. So if you're going to go hard, you got to have good stuff. And Cognito Motorsports, I see these guys at the track, at the race every time. They're always testing their stuff. All the guys that are winning on Rzrs are running Cognito. There's a bunch of good guys that make arms, but I felt like the Cognito was the bomb. One thing, they're all boxed, heavy duty. And one thing I love about their ball joint is it is a full uniball. It's all rebuildable, and it is just sick, dude. So full boxed. That's your front top arm, and then you've got your heavy duty. Oh my gosh, these things weigh a ton. But your heavy duty rear arm with another awesome joint there to connect. It's gonna be freaking awesome. And then Polaris, thanks Polaris, hooked me up with these upgraded 2019 rear lower radius rods that are the curved ones for better clearance. So that'll be cool too. So yeah, Cognito Motorsports, I did not get any kind of a deal. I bought these, I wish, and but I just thought they were the best. I want to go with the best. These are the guys I see at the track testing and doing, you know, they're just out there racing with everybody else, trying to make good products, and I was stoked on them, so I went with the Cognito arms. All right, SuperATV axles. So like I said, my axles, I do have another set of Polaris axles, which again, thanks Polaris. But I wanted to kind of get my rig to a point where hopefully after every little sportsman race, I'm not having to replace too many parts. Some of my guys that run the works races, they run these, they've run them for 2 years, and like their axles, they said their axles are still like perfect. So I think, and they're the best value, man. It's like $800 for a set of 4 axles, right around there. I think I got a little bit of a deal. It was like 15% off when I bought them. But it's what people are running. You know, anybody that's building a car on a budget that wants better axles, I mean, these seem to be as good as a $500 or $600 axle, and they're $200 a piece. So you can't really go wrong with the SuperATV 2.0 axle. Again, they didn't hook me up. Like, I just got a little coupon code on March 15th, but I have nothing to do with Cognito or SuperATV, but just, I don't know, they seem to be the best. Again, all the Rzrs out there, a lot of them are running the Rhino 2.0s. And then we got some shock therapy. Kind of the same thing. So one of the other problems I had in the race is I felt like my ride height was sagging a little bit. We're big. I mean, me and my co-driver, we're not light dudes. So I wanted to get it back up to stock ride height, and then I wanted it to have some crossover. So if you look at a Polaris, there is no like transfer ring on the shock. So there's no place where it hits a ring and then it uses the bottom spring. So I wanted to get real crossover. So I bought the shock therapy spring kit, the stage 4 spring kit. So it's 2 springs for each shock, and then your crossover. So it's going to be 6. So you're going to have a lighter weight spring on the top. So all your light chatter should be smoother, and then you'll hit your crossover ring and you have a heavier spring on the bottom to take those big impacts. I'm not going to mess with the valving. You know, that's one thing that's cool about the Dynamics suspension is that I can change the valving on the fly. So if I feel like it's too soft, I can stiffen it up, or vice versa. If it's too hard, I can go to soft. So I think the valving is going to be fine, but I want a good spring setup to kind of get me up out of those ruts, hopefully get my ride height back. I thought it'd be dope. So that's today's project. Oh yeah, and then I'm gonna rebuild the hubs, new bearings for the hubs. So basically I'm taking off everything on the front suspension. So front and rear suspension. So everything's gotta come off down to the hubs, new bearings, new brakes, new arms, new springs, new axles. I'm gonna redo these. These were like a last minute thing at the race to pass tech. So I'm gonna actually put these in a place that doesn't look retarded. Take the boobs off my front bumper. I think I'll be welding a bar here to make this bumper legal. You have to push your bumper out 2 inches past the front tires. The rear one's legal. So yeah, be basically just disassembling the whole rear suspension, all the arms, axles, the full A-arm, everything's coming off, new bearings. It's gonna be sweet. So anyway, it should be a fun day. I'm stoked. I'm stoked on all these parts. It's gonna be awesome. I told myself that, you know, I was just gonna do a couple upgrades and then you know how that snowballs. But I am stoked. I think all these things, I also bought some new gas cans. It took us forever to fill last time because I was just using like crappy roto packs for trying to fill fast. They just weren't good. So I got some better cans, better suspension, better axles, better arms, and I think it's gonna really help the Turbo S be a little more competitive in Sportsman, so I'm excited about it. So anyway, there you go, there's the update. I'm gonna get working on this thing, get this thing torn apart and built back up, and we'll do another video on it. All right, guys, thanks.